You might not know who the Fittipaldi is, but that's why we are here. So maybe you actually do know who they are, but you probably just know like the racing guy and not the wheel brand, but they're pretty freaking sweet. Fittipaldi Offroad was inspired by the heritage of racing legend Emerson Fittipaldi and built for the enthusiast that wants true forged monoblock wheels that really stand out from absolutely anything else on the market. So Fittipaldi, which you might not have heard of, they're actually backed by the giant powerhouse of wheels called ATD. These are the same guys that bring you TIS, drop stars, they've got motive, gear, off-road, and centerline wheels. So why am I bringing all of this up? Well, to be honest with you, I think their wheels are just absolutely sick. And even though in the past I've kind of leaned towards the idea that forged wheels are dying out simply because there's starting to become way too many forged wheel companies. You know, it used to be like this elite group of basically two brands that, you know, there was a handful of other guys that were also trying the whole forged thing. They're trying to give it a shot, but now there's just so many forged wheel brands that it's really difficult to stand out in the market unless you're Fittipaldi. I first saw a set of these wheels on a Starwood Motors Jeep in black brush tint finish that I actually think looks a bit more bronze or titanium. And if I was them, that's probably what I would call it because it's not really black at all. But I'm not mad because it's the most sexy finish I think I've ever seen on a wheel. And it's really difficult to do when you have a fully forged wheel and then you add in all this brushing and then the tint over the top of it. And when it comes to forged wheels, I've always said that if you're gonna spend the money, you might as well get polished because the people on the gram at least will then know that you have forged wheels. But on these, I gotta say, the black tint and black and milled looks so much better than the basic polish finish. And I think that's just because you get so much more emphasis on the little intricate details on these wheels that they kind of blend in if you have the polished version. They keep the rim of the wheel really, really clean, and they ditched the rivets like everybody said that they should do, and they just added their name around the edge, but rather than the big cutout blocky letters, it's just the outlines, and they're done with a very, very fine, very intricate tooling to help keep that clean look. So to fall back a little bit, I've got to expand on the finish options. So usually I'm not one for colored wheels, but these guys actually pulled off a red and brush finish and a blue and brush finish, which pretty much I guess the moral of the story here is these guys can't seem to make a wheel that looks bad. And if the whole show scene isn't for you, they also have the X Trail series, which offers more of an off-road look. Now, these aren't gonna be your, you know, $400 steelies, so I'm sure there's still gonna be people in the comments section that are gonna complain, but if you do also want your trail rig to look good, they make some 20x9s that still have nice designs and incorporate their own version of a simulated beadlock with this really, really thick ring around the outside of, on the rim of the wheel. And if that still doesn't trip your trigger, you can step into the Terra series. So there's actually only one wheel in the series, it's the FTF 16. But if you want the ultimate performance forged wheel in a 17x9, there you go. The thing about wheels that look this good though is they cost quite a bit. So the cheapest ones are about $2,300, and if you want to really ball out, you can spend over $6 grand on a set of 26x16s. But if you do spend that much on wheels, we'll take up to like $825 off when you package those with tires. So if you want to check them out, they're on the website, customoffices.com. Peace.